Hey everyone, it is Tiger Mask here, and today we are going to go over what's going on, Chronolus. Face cam because we're recording for YouTube. Let's get the YouTube going. We're going to go over fishing in Final Fantasy XIV. We're going to go over where to fish, what to fish, and all sorts of fun things like that. Ooh, update for, I'm guessing, Tree of Savior. Very cool. So, first things first, if you're going to be a fisherman in Final Fantasy, you got to come here. We are in wonderful Limsa Limosa, and we are at the Aetheryte Shard known as the Fisherman's Guild. So it's super easy to find once you get there. If you're curious about other landmarks nearby, there is a ferry skipper here. Over there is the Rogue class vendor. And over in here is where you will pick up the quest to become a fisherman, which is really simple. You talk to them, you talk to them, you talk to them again, you're all good. You're fishing. You will get a starter fishing pole, and you will get told you will get a starter fishing quest. And the first quests are really simple. The first one is my first fishing rod. And I can't show you all these because I've already done them, or at least these first few. But all you got to catch is some Limosian anchovies. And you might say, well, how do I do that? Well, you have to get bait. You got to remember to get bait. Without getting bait, super hard to catch any fish. Because you'll notice here, when you pick up a fishing rod and equip it, you'll have access to your fishing log, your inventory, a cast light on some fishing rods and others not, and then these few abilities. Okay? Your bait section is where your different tackle goes for these different things. Now, the best place I've found to pick up tackle is, if you'll follow me here, we will head to Hawker's Alley, where people hawk stuff, and you will find that you come over here to the vendors. You might recognize this area as sort of practically the main area in the game. The main Aetheryte Shard is nearby. This wonderful gentleman, Sienny Hill, sells bait. So you go to purchase items. Now, the next part to be aware of is different baits work better for different fish. And for our first class quest, you need to catch anchovies. The best percentage bait to catch anchovies are lugworms. I recommend you go ahead and pick up 100 of each. It might honestly be best if you pick up 100 lugworms, 100 pillbugs, 100 gobbyballs, 100 rat tails, and 100 crab balls, just to get started. I don't have these, so I will pick these up. If you've got the, I guess 99 is the limit. If it will let me change to 99. We'll just do 90. 450 gil, no big deal. Cha-ching. Now we've got the first 20 levels worth of bait for fishing. Okay? We are set as far as that goes. Also, don't forget, you know, you're going fishing, grab a drink or two. Maybe some mega potions. Maybe some durability drought, though I don't think you're going to get hit by anything. You never know. Maybe grab a little bit of food, some chocolate, perhaps a triple cream coffee. Not very useful, but it looks cool. Oh, some cooking sherry. That actually looks like booze, so that'll work too. Alright, so we're talking about our first class quest, which is my first fishing rod. And they just want you to catch some anchovies. So, where's the best place to get them? Well, surprising that you would ask that, because they're actually in this zone. So, if we can find a place to fish around here, like back at the Fisherman's Guild, I bet you we can catch some. So all you gotta do, go back to the Fisherman's Guild. And each zone will have a different chance of different fish. You also have to be cautious of the weather. So let's pop on our bait that we picked up, lugworms for this situation. There they are. Alright, our bait's selected. And let's cast our hook. Pew! And then we just wait. And then once the hook freaks out, we reel it in. Yeah! What'd we get? What'd we get? Now I might actually have trouble catching. Oh, I caught an anchovy. I was a little worried. Now this is important. 5.8 M's and the weight, because check out. You will have access to this at some point. I can't remember when you actually unlock this. I'm gonna have to check. But this gives you records that you've cleared, your biggest fish in each certain area, your fishing guide, which tells you all about all the different fish you've caught and all the ones you haven't caught yet. It's like, hey, you haven't got this yet. Go catch it. How many fish you've caught in general, and the fish for the area you're in. So in this area, you can catch gobbies, anchovies, you can get kelp, meh. You can get finger shrimp, you can get ocean cloud, which is a sea fish, you can get a harbor herring, you can get a coral butterfly, and there are two more I haven't caught here yet. That could be something worth checking out. And of course up here, I haven't even fished yet. I've got to go to the upper decks and do that. So each map, you'll notice here, look at this, each region has a set of maps with a bunch of different fishing areas. And as you level up, you should probably attempt to unlock these, because who doesn't like to have a complete fishing guide? So let's head up to Lima Lamosa Upper Decks and find out where the best place to go fishing is. What do you guys say? So we will put away our rod, walk away. Oh yeah, and don't forget, you get XP for this. And I think if we go to the aft castle, that will take us to Upper Lima Lamosa. Now, if you're wanting to check out any of this information ahead of time, there is a website I do recommend called FF14angler.com. They have information on the maps, on the music. And we should be, let's double check our map, but we should be in Upper. And we are. We're in the Upper Decks. So as you can see on this map, we're in the top area. Now, some maps have very specific fishing zones. If we go back to our fishing log, I'll explain that a little bit more. So, say we're in middle of Nokoska. Now, that's a zone, a combat zone, and non-combat zone. You know, there's this, and then I've already found one fishing spot. See how small that is? In these areas, there are multiple ones. So I can click it, and it says it's right here. Now, this is really handy in that the map kind of moves to let you know where that fishing spot kind of gets centered, but it's a little bit of a trick too. But for like the lower decks, it's the entire zone. For the upper decks, guess what? It is, that's right, the entire zone. So you just got to fish in that area right here. Just fish in there. Okay. And you will hit the zone that you need to hit. Let me clear that. Alright. So, let's try to fish up here. Let's see. Where's a good spot to try to fish from up here? I don't think I've ever tried to fish from up here. It's probably best to try to find some place over the water. See if we can fish here. Hey, we can. Look at that. I don't know how our fishing line gets all the way down there, but it gets down there apparently. So that's pretty awesome. So we're just fishing away. Oh, we got something. Let's see what we got here. Something bites. There we go. Boom. We just got another anchovy. But notice, data on the Limsa Lamosa. Ooh. Oh yeah, there's fireworks going on right now. It's pretty wild stuff. So let's put it up here. We discovered that spot. There are still 2 fish that we have not found related to this area. Okay. They are probably not going to be in this location. But we're going to check real quick. We're going to access our website. We're going to click here to the upper decks. And it looks like... Oh, okay. They are higher level creatures. So each one of these fish carries a different difficulty level. So notice this one is a level 3. Level 3. Level 4. Somehow seaweed is more difficult to catch than these two fish. Finger shrimp, level 4. So on and so forth. Now this one, if we click on it, it's not going to tell us, but I'll give you a hint. This one is a level 21 fish, and this is a level 50 fish. This one will be found in coastlines similar to these. You'll notice here, it gives you the level, the name of the fish, and where you can find it. This one is actually in deep sea, which is the only one in this area that's like that. Alright, so that's that part. Let's say you want to head out into a zone and start fishing. So we're going to need to teleport, not that teleport. We'll use this teleport. We want to go to Middle and Costco. You should already have this from combat classes if you've started that. If not, just hustle on over there. Alright. Let me see something real quick. I'm going to do something crazy, so bear with me. Okay, cool. That didn't mess anything up. Pull this up. Alright. So here we are in this main part of town. Let's pull up our map, and I am going to circle the areas we are going to. So here's our map of this zone. We are going to go to the following locations to catch fish. Middle Lanoska. I don't know how to pronounce it. Okay. We're gonna go here. Here. We already had one there in the center. This one here. Oh. We did this one. I've already done that one, but we'll go there again. And then two more, which are about here and here. You'll notice those are in little lakes and stuff like that, and near waterways. So these are the 5 different spots in this zone that we can fish. And once you at least fish there once, the data will get added to your fishing log, and that part will be completed. And then of course there you have to catch each fish there to do your thing. And that is that part. Oh, I need to turn this off. Where'd you go? Okay. Let me go back here. And let's start heading to our different places. We will hop on our bird, our wonderful blue bird, and we'll head to those different zones. We'll go down to these first. Now, one thing you have to remember when you are doing fishing or any of the gathering classes or crafting classes, you do have to be aware of your actual level, even though it's a crafting level, because you can accidentally aggro mobs. You don't want to do that. Like if I was a low level, like you'd first be starting out around here, you could aggro these guys, and you don't want to do that. So you actually have an ability that lets you not aggro called stealth. I highly recommend you use that from time to time. Now what we're going to do is find the spot. I bet if we go to the bridge, it will work better. We don't need this right now. There we go. It makes you go slower, which stinks. Now I would think I could fish there. Oh, I'm on the wrong side. I gotta go over here. Fate joined. Yeah, I'm not doing that either. Yep, here we go. And we can fish. Now we still have our lugworm on there. I'm not sure if that's a bait worthwhile here. So a lot of this actually requires you to kind of learn quite a bit, either through trial and error or through reading. I support the trial and error method because then you actually kind of learn something. See, nothing bites. Maybe I'm using the wrong kind of bait. Let's find out. Let's see. Say we want to catch that. We need crawfish ball or a moth pupa. We don't have either. I don't think we have the moth pupa, but we do have crayfish balls. We'll switch bait. Cast our line again. I bet you we catch something. One thing to keep in mind that makes it kind of easy to figure this stuff out is your bait. I'll show you as soon as this line is finished. Your bait type has a level on it, just like anything else. So you're going to use bait difficulty number relative to the zone you're in. So like this is a lower level zone, you know, and remember we were using lugworms for starter zone, crayfish ball for right here. This is the next zone, so that's level 5. Now did we get this little spot added? We did. Da, 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 da. So now all you got to do is go over here, go over here, and go over here. And that should get us all of our zones. And of course we can catch more fish, but I've already caught all the fish I need to here because I'm a level 20. So we're going to just gather the zones for that wonderful little completionist itch that I have. Let's see if this counts or if we'll have to go across. It may count, folks. Who knows? And don't forget, you need your liquid courage. It's the best part about fishing. Now again, too, remember, this is the first episode of this series. There's going to be a lot that... Ooh. Let's try a different bait. Level 5, level 5. Let's try these pill bugs. These are also a level 5 bait. And we'll see if that catches us anything. Oh, look at that. Where's the background music in this game right now? Hey, a harbor herring, and data on the Zephyr Drift is added to your fishing log. And that's really all you gotta do. You ride around to the different zones, you catch a bunch of fish, and that's the easy part. Now, you might be wondering, well, what do I do with all these fish? Well, a lot of them are useful for culinarians, and some other classes use some of the other materials. I think it's over here. Is it this part here? Nah, it's up here. A lot of the non-fish materials are used by non-fishing classes. Like you can pull up coral, and that's used by goldsmiths and jewelers and stuff like that. Let me jump. Boo earns. And look what we got here. A nice little doctorfish off of. That's pretty handy. Let's give it a fisharoo. We may need to change the bait again. Who knows? Now this would be considered probably coastline. So there's multiple water types, obviously. Freshwater, deep ocean, coastline, stuff like that. And those different water types will have different types of fish. So that's all pretty important stuff to know. And we can get, there we go, data on Summerford added to the fishing log. So now as you're going along. So first few things, mainly focus on trying to catch the fish specific for the class quest. Oh no, they're killing Sheridan. Good luck. And then from then on out, you can focus on catching whatever you want to. Again, I highly recommend you check out FF14angler.com. It's called Cat Became Hungry. and that will give you a lot of information to digest about fishing. Uh-oh. Looks like our bait doesn't work here. Let's try a more difficult, a better bait. Let's try some bloodworms. See what happens here. I really like that a lot of the baits in this game are named after actual fishing bait. Like, you can get bloodworms. Those are real. And crayfish are real, obviously. And stuff like that. That's pretty cool. Gobby balls I don't think are real. So don't go asking for those at Walmart if you go real fishing. Hey, we got something. Woohoo! Hey, we leveled up. So now that we're 21, we have a chance to catch that next fish. It could be in here. I wonder how tough it's going to be. You gotta be real careful. Some of these fish fight pretty hard. You never know what might be down there lurking in the waters. Let's see what we get. That wasn't anything new. So, for Tiger X Mask, or Tiger Mask myself, that has been the first episode in Fishing with Fangs. Thanks for tuning in, and we hope to see you next time with a video on more difficult fishing all around the world of Eorzea. Bye, everybody!